I don't know how long it'll take to get people in here, but we'll see. Hopefully we can get the conversation started early. Unknown trader? Sabrina Merrick? Who's here? There's one person. It's got to be one of you. Whoever you are, hit the like button. Miss Rages. Oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. I think the last show is the first time I saw you in a chat, I think. You see Trump's interview with PBS. Oh, Fred, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Trump's interview with PBS. I don't know. I've been watching clips of interviews all day, but I don't know which one is the PBS one. Is that the one where he talks about the aspirin and shit? Not bad, Miss Rages. I'm chilling. Because I want to discuss why this fucking guy keeps taking cognitive exams. Because that's not normal, guys. You know what I mean? This is the Montreal cognitive exam is that's for the sole intention of finding out if somebody has dementia or what level of dementia, if they have full-blown dementia. I mean, it's not a normal thing for people to be taking this regularly, and there's no way he's just fucking volunteering. I mean, the doctors are obviously recommending that he takes this test regularly. So why is that? I mean, they have to know there's something going on there, right? They have to. I mean, because this is completely abnormal. Yeah, dude is a mess. Absolutely. I mean, it makes no sense to me. I mean, it does. It does to me, but simply because I'll say, I believe that he has dementia. You know what I mean? But as far as the official story, so to speak, what they're telling us and what he tells us, which you can't believe a fucking word he says. According to him, he's perfectly healthy, cognitively and physically and every other way. So, if that's the official story that he's just fine, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, you could watch him, you could listen to him, and you'll see that he quite obviously, is declining as far as his cognitive abilities. He's going downhill. He's getting worse and worse. Now he can't fucking hear anything. It's reported that they have to scream at him basically just so he could hear them. He's have you seen these videos of him dragging his right leg? He drags his fucking leg. I don't know what's going on there. Who knows with this guy? Who knows? He's a walking disaster. He really is. Guys, hit the like button and subscribe, please. I'd appreciate it very much. We only got 22 people. It always takes a while to get a crowd in here. So, do you think Biden was okay up until that debate? No. Biden, was old, aging. He was a mess to some extent. Not as bad as the right would like to make it out to be, because I've seen it with my own eyes, so you can't tell me otherwise. I saw with my own eyes where they manipulated videos to make it look like he was completely zoning out and lost and all this shit, when in reality he was just looking at something or some shit. But I mean, the debate, some people will say that it's because he was tired and he just, taking a long trip and all that. He was not well in that debate. It was terrible. And but the next day, he did a rally in North Carolina as one of the best speeches I've ever heard anyone give. He was as sharp as a tack. So I don't know. And he's 1,000 times smarter than Donald Trump, no matter what. No matter what. Biden was a fucking joke. You can say that, Ski Mike, but you can't say that Trump isn't. You know what I mean? Fred, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? I saw one guy say They think that's an injection site where he keeps getting medication for dementia or Alzheimer's. Um, some people think it's just a place, they draw blood regularly from him. And that's why it's like that. But he covers it up with makeup. And when they say it's from shaking hands, yeah, that's why no other president has ever had that, right? What do you mean it's from shaking hands? We've all shaken hands. And what is Trump doing? He's just all day. He's shaking thousands of hands all day to the point where he bruises like that. No, and now he has it on both hands. So Fred, he's definitely fucked up, and they're keeping it from us. And what's funny is the same people that'll come into this chat and talk about how the left hid Joe Biden's issues from the public will never mention the fact that the right is currently hiding Trump's issues from us. Getting lost in a jungle was my favorite. I don't think that ever happened, Pam. I can pretty much assure you it didn't. But I could show you Trump getting lost in a ballroom, or this, Asian leader has to walk him around because he's just, like he's lost, and he's just he's all over the place. She has to keep grabbing him and leading him in the right direction and stuff. So Biden getting lost in a jungle. Let me see, because I don't know of that. You might be right. Let me see. Biden lost in a jungle.
Biden lost in a jungle.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. But again, that same thing. And I'll acknowledge that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to go that way. It doesn't look like it. But Trump, I could show you videos of Trump getting off Air Force One, and his car, the Beast, the giant limo that's bulletproof and bomb-proof, is right in front of him. He gets off of Air Force One. He walks down the steps. Car's right in front of him. He busts a right, and he walks like maybe 50, 60 feet before they stop him and turn him back around, and they got to show him that his car is right there. I've also got videos of Trump being lost on stage where he's just wandering around on stage, and they got to lead him off the stage. So, listen, I'm fine with anything you guys want to say about Biden, but you just can't deny the same is true about Trump. You can't. Now, Pam, I'm not even 100% sure that's what that was, but it didn't look good. Trump has quite literally used the auto pen already. LOL, all presidents since FDR have. Of course. These people think that the fucking president signed 1,600 pardons in one day. Yeah, okay. Easy bruising is part of getting old. Not like that, bro. He's got bruising in one specific spot, which tells you something's going on there. Like it's an injection site, for example, or it's where they draw blood, and he's getting blood drawn regularly to the point where that bruise is always there. So again, that's something for all you people that were so concerned about Biden's health. I mean, you have to be at least equally concerned about Trump's. Woke. Can you describe what woke is for me, Randy? Trump never shook hands with Air. Well, either did Biden. That video is one of the videos I'm talking about. If you look at the whole video, he was gesturing to people that were standing right in front of him, like right off stage. So that's what I mean. You guys get fooled easily by that Fox News horse shit. Too easily, unfortunately. Because Fred, they cannot defend Trump. I mean, it's trying to defend the indefensible. So they just bring up Biden. Like, look what I did. I just started this show and I said, why does Trump keep taking cognitive exams? Oh, what about Biden? What about him? Biden is not president anymore. Let's try to stick to the subject of Trump. Trump is the current president. And if you're still worried about Biden, you should be really worried about the current guy, the guy in the White House right now. Weekend wingman, I believe it. She's a whore. I spelt this wrong. Let's go. Got a gift sub. Thank you, friends. Trolls. What? Trolls about to get demolished today. They seem to really like it. Oh, you mean these people in here? Yeah. With Biden, they had to put tape on the floor to guide him. I don't think that's true. I don't know. You know, but again, Ron, I guess maybe you're not listening to me or you don't believe me, but I can show you videos of Trump doing all those exact same things. There's tons of them. There's tons of it. There's tapes of him tripping up the stairs on the way to Air Force One. There's trips of him not noticing his giant car right in front of him. Or what did I say? Trips, videos of him not noticing his giant car right in front of him. There's videos of him getting lost on stage. There's videos of him being led around a ballroom. I mean, there's probably 12 or 13 videos from the last 2 months of him just straight up falling asleep on camera. No, Pam, that's what makes you a cult member. You have to be a fucking moron. And believe me, I know that you are one because MAGA people are stupid. But you have to be an ultra moron to believe that shaking hands caused that. Do you think that Donald Trump wakes up every day and just has thousands of people in line and he just shakes hands all day? Is that what you really believe? And how come nobody else gets that from shaking hands? How come we never had any other president who just shakes just as many hands? How come we don't see that on them? You know, you're fucking you're nuts. That's the problem. You refuse to see what's right in front of you because it doesn't fit your narrative. Yes, he has, Christopher Windsor. He absolutely fucking has. It's on video. Go to YouTube right now and put Trump trips up the stairs on on the way to Air Force One and get back to me. It's wild. The same people saying Biden was fine, thinking that Trump has lost it. Trump giving speeches without teleprompter. Even Obama couldn't do that. First of all, Obama did do that. Secondly, we're not saying Biden was fine. You keep bringing up Biden. We're not even talking about him. I started the show about Trump. You guys bring up Biden. We're not saying he's fine. We're saying Trump is fucked up. And giving speeches without a teleprompter, guys, look at any speech, actual speech that he's given. There's a teleprompter right in front of him, guys. Go on my channel on the shorts, and you'll see a video where he's literally standing there saying, I don't use a teleprompter. Well, 2 teleprompters are right in front of him. I could also show you a video where he's bitching during a speech because the teleprompter went down and he's flipping out about the teleprompter going down. He doesn't know what to say. Okay. You guys are insane. When he's not using a teleprompter, he's rambling about Hannibal Lecter and Al Capone and electric boats and sharks. That's why anytime he's supposed to actually be giving a speech, they have a teleprompter right in front of him. But he can't stick to it. He's scatterbrained. He's losing his mind. So he's talking about, nonsense. He doesn't give a speech without a teleprompter. There's no such thing as Trump giving a speech without a teleprompter. He talks without one. He doesn't give a speech. I mean, Jesus Christ, his speech writer is Stephen Miller. That's literally what Stephen Miller does. He writes his speeches for him. Biden is better than treason, tyranny, terrorism. Told Trump Biden was fair and occasionally good, but treason Trump is ugly, ultra evil on all levels. As treason, tyranny. Okay, yeah, we got you. Very good, very well said. Woke means not asleep. Yeah, so I'm woke and Trump's asleep. Biden and Trump both have medical and mental health issues. Well, but here's the thing, though. Biden, as fucked up as he was, what we saw, whether you want to admit it or not, what we know definitively is that he's aging and it's affecting him. He had neurological exams. They said there was no signs of dementia. I'm not saying he didn't have it. I'm just saying we don't know that he has it. We have way more proof that Trump has it than Biden. Yeah, Biden was way better than him. I agree. Yes, way better than Trump. Yeah, no. The video, there's people standing right in front of him. It's not true, Ron. You're just a moron. You don't understand that you're being tricked 24 hours a day. Fox News shows you videos like that. I'll give you an example. One of the most famous ones. There's a video of Biden getting out. He pulls up somewhere. He gets out of his car, and he's just. It looks like he's just lost. He's just zoning. All right. And Fox News cut off part of that video, and all they showed you was him doing that. When you watch the whole video, there's skydivers in front of him. He's watching the skydivers. Okay. So you guys don't understand that you're the ones being lied to 24 hours a day, not us. You know? Who hurt you so badly where you hate on others? That says more about your character than the person you speak of. Well, he's the leader of the free world. He's not just my neighbor or some guy. Like, he's the leader of the free world. And do I have to remind you, Saint Arntix, whatever your fucking name is, you guys are still hating on Biden, talking shit about him every day. You had your stupid chant, let's go, Brandon. You had your dumb fucking shirts and hats, FJB, obsessed with the man to the point where I can't even talk about Trump without you talking about Biden. But you're telling me it's crazy for me to talk about the current leader of the free world, which everybody either loves or hates. Every president we have, people either love him or hate him. You know, but yeah, you're right. This is totally abnormal what I'm doing. This is unheard of. Oh, yeah, he does. He does. Yeah, he's got a fucking, a catheter or some sort of bag. Yeah. Biden is a pedo. He took showers with his teenage daughter. No, you were full of shit. See what I mean, Ron? Now, you can't go anywhere in the internet and find a credible source that says she was a teenager. Even she, in her diary, said when she was a child. And listen, personally, I think it's weird either way. But it says child. She could have been 3 months old. Doesn't prove he was a pedo. And under oath in court, she said he never did anything like that to me. And my words in that diary were grossly misinterpreted and taken out of context and used to lob false accusations against innocent people. Those are her exact words from the lawsuit with Gawker. So it's funny how her word means the world when it helps you. Like in that diary where she says showers that were, and by the way, she didn't even say inappropriate. She said probably not appropriate. Those were her exact words. Those words are gold, but her words in court where she said, no, he never did anything like that to me. I love my dad. She's lying then, right? I know. Although there's tons of examples of Trump speaking openly about wanting to fuck his own daughter. But yeah, that's okay. MAGA is about to be dead. Why do you say that? I already do the mob tube stuff. I just did 2 shows today. All right, let me get to the bottom here. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important that you do that. At least if you agree with me, please do that now before it gets too late. I think Biden is hiding in the learning center. Okay. You're right. And I hate Trump. He's no better. Scum. Since when is it weird for a dad to bathe his child? What did Trump say about his kids on camera? Oh my God. Well, that shit means nothing to them because it's their guy. If I had a video where Trump said, listen to me, I want to fuck Ivanka and I want to so badly, I dream about it every night. You guys would be like, it's nothing. He's joking. Anytime he says something that doesn't fit your narrative, he's joking. Like when he stood in front of all of you and said, I love the poorly educated. You know, he's joking then, right? I know. Because they're stupid people. Angela Morris, about half this country has been tricked by this right-wing media, specifically Fox News, into believing that this guy is not just a great president, the greatest president, and not just the greatest president. He's actually a god. That's how they see it. That's why he can do no wrong in their eyes. They are literally brainwashed completely. Yes. Biden administration by far the worst we've ever had. Okay, C. Desto, just tell me how. Don't just say that. What was so bad about it? I'll wait for your comment and I'll read it. Go ahead. Tell me how. Tim Waltz is the scum of scum. How so, true believer? How so? Did he I don't know, cheat on every wife he ever had and then get found civilly liable for sexually assaulting a woman? Or was he ever accused of raping a 13-year-old girl with Jeffrey Epstein? You mean that type of scum or what? You just your opinion. I got you. It's your opinion. No. Ron, you could come on here right now on this show. I give you the number and I'll demolish you in a debate. And everything you're saying is bullshit. Everything I'm saying is backed up by facts. Tell me what I've lied about. I bet you I could prove it to you. Oh, no, no. We're not brainwashed. You heard me sit here and talk bad about Biden a little while ago. We don't care about politicians, guys. You'll never see tens of thousands of us at a rally wearing the same hats and the same shirts and fucking shouting the same chants and fucking, worshiping a fucking screwball fucking idiot orange-faced fucktard on stage. You'll never see that. We don't give a fuck about politicians. I don't care about Kamala, Biden, Obama, Clinton. I don't give a fuck. I just pick the guy I think is the best for the job and I vote for him. You guys are obsessed. You drape yourselves in his merch. You put the yard signs in the yard. You wave flags with his name all over them. You're insane. And there's nothing he could do wrong in your eyes. And he knows that. When he said almost 10 years ago, I could stand on what did he say? I could stand on the street in Manhattan or something in broad daylight and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters. You guys think that's like a compliment to you. No, that's him saying that he has you so brainwashed that even if he committed cold-blooded murder right in front of your very eyes, you'd still vote for him. And he's right. He's right. Yes. Yep, you're a fucking moron making America constitutional again. Who's making America constitutional again? What do you mean? You know that Donald Trump said fuck the First Amendment, okay? Because he tries to break up peaceful protests with the goddamn military, just like it said he would in Project 2025. The guy has taken away press passes from any journalist that ask him tough questions. He's threatened to sue any network where the news is even the slightest bit critical of him. Okay. He's gotten talk show hosts taken off the air for picking on him. That's the First Amendment. He's violated the Fifth Amendment, the fucking 12th Amendment. He's talking about violating the 22nd Amendment. He wants to violate the 19th Amendment. What do you mean constitutional? How do you figure? You guys know one amendment, the second one. That's it. Other than that, you don't even know what's in the Constitution. You want him to run for a third term. That's a violation of the 22nd Amendment. Okay. And if he can't run for president, you want him to run as JD's VP so JD can drop out and Trump can take over. That's a violation of the 12th Amendment. I mean, get fuck out of here with the Constitution. Please. Nobody's ever disrespected our Constitution more and taken away more constitutional rights from the American people than Donald Trump. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Very, very important. TDS running wild. Tremendous dick syndrome. I know. You can ask your wife. She'll tell you all about it. I'm just kidding. There's no way you have a wife. If you are woke, you are stupid podcaster. Well said, illiterate. Well said, Randy. What do you got about a second grade education? Sure. Oh, you're talking about them? Labo. We don't want him to run a third term. Oh, yes, you do. Fucktard. You dickheads are running around in Trump 2028 hats. What does that mean? What are you saying? My hair, it's in your mother's bed. His third wife, who he cheated on after divorcing his second wife, who he cheated on and told to have an abortion after divorcing his first wife, who he cheated on and raped. 100%. Yep. Well, he knows they're stupid. Tim Waltz, for fuck's sake, DeSantis is being investigated for now a total of $35 million theft, using public dollars to covertly skew the amendments on last year's ballot. $10 million of that is Medicaid funds. There you go, guys. You're the type of, what is that bitch that keeps his eyes glued to the pavement when walk? Yeah, right. David, I bet you I'd knock your fucking teeth out if we ever saw each other face to face. Bro, you don't know me. You don't know me at all. You wouldn't step to me in a million fucking years, believe me. You guys are on another man's live saying he's ridiculous for talking about Trump MAGA. Then you stay watching him for an hour trying to defend your pedo leader. Hello, only them. Stupid enough to keep watching. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. There's 205 of you. Seriously, right now. Hit like and subscribe. I'll wait a minute. Go ahead. Very important. Why not subscribe? It's free. It's a way of showing me support. Just for the people who like what I'm saying, and there's many of you. Please hit the like and subscribe right now. Trolling you with a third term and you pussies cry about it. Yeah, it's not trolling. It's not trolling at all. Trump wants to run for a third term, and then MAGA wants him to. You know what I mean? You guys are just dumb. You don't realize that he's serious when he's serious. You know, that's what makes you guys such a laughing stock is you don't, you literally look at that man and you don't see what he's doing. You just see what you want to see. You see what suits your narrative, what fits your argument, your agenda. It's like that's what's in front of you when that's not what's in front of you. Fuck your podcast. Nobody should like your BS. Well, unfortunately, they do. Fuckface. So bye. You can leave now. Yeah, no, that's a lie. What's a lie? You're a dumbass. Try again. He can't serve 2 consecutive terms. He can't. No. What? He could have served 2 consecutive terms. He can't serve 3 terms, dopey. What do you mean? Yeah, sure. Listen, I'm tried and true on here, bro. You have no idea. I've been on this bitch 4.5 years. Trump and the Republicans just gave millionaires and billionaires multiple trillions of dollars for the second time to buy a third yacht in Monaco, but as broke inbred losers worship that crook. Oh, nothing makes people who make 30 grand a year in this country happier than seeing tax breaks for billionaires. They're so stupid. Let me see. You got 21 likes and how many people watching it? Well, that's because most of you are MAGA and people treat the like button like it costs them money. I can't help that. Yeah, when you might be that type of guy, but I'm the same dude, Christopher Windsor. I would do the same. He knows what a woman is. Me? Yeah, I certainly do. Yeah, you do, Justin Cronin. You do. I mean, I can't say you as an individual, but the overwhelming majority of MAGA absolutely does. No, not me, Justin Cronin. I look at facts. I've even had to defend this fucking orange-faced fucktard from time to time. I hate doing it, but I just won't lie on anybody. I won't do it. You know, anything I tell you here is a fact. You just don't like. You guys are allergic to facts. I mean, let's be honest. That's what makes you MAGA. Sure we are. Yep, 100%. Thank you. I spelt this wrong. And this show loves you, buddy. Why don't you mention all the evidence of Bill Clinton on Epstein's Island and talk about all the Democratic leaders involved? I would, but there's simply zero evidence of that. None. No evidence of Bill Clinton ever being on the island. None. Otherwise, I would. I don't care about Bill Clinton. Fuck Bill Clinton. If he's in those files and he did something wrong, he can go to jail right along with Trump. But there's no evidence. And guess what? And this goes to show you, I'm not biased. There's no evidence Donald Trump was ever on the island either. So why is that? IBVD? Why? Highest unemployment since Trump's first term. Yep, right now. I don't know that it's at 17%, but Justin, do me a favor. Go and check Trump's overall approval rating and come back in and tell us that. Because he's had historic lows in the last several months. Historic lows. I believe right now he's got the lowest approval rating of any president at this point in their presidency. So, yeah. You know, and again, Justin, I'll explain to you like you're 5 because you have the mind of a 5-year-old. The reason Democrats' approval rating is so low is because Democrats are not cult members. You think it's all the Democrats love, like all the Democratic voters love the politicians and approve of their job always, but everybody else hates them? No. If you guys weren't brainwashed, you know, the Republicans would have the same approval rating. I'll tell you why. We will criticize our own. Okay, so if we vote for a guy and he sucks and we get a phone call, do you approve of his performance? We'll say no. You guys won't. I mean, you guys are getting robbed blind by the Republicans every day and you still support them. You support all of them. Donald Trump has shit approval ratings. Okay, horrible approval ratings, except for with Republicans. And that's because you guys, even though he's screwing you over every day, his horrible policies are disproportionately affecting red states. You guys, you're brainwashed. Nothing he can do is wrong. So you'll just approve of his job performance. You know what I mean? That's no matter what he does, doesn't matter. Gas 199, come on. No, gas is lower. I don't know that it's 199, but it's not, the national average certainly isn't anywhere close to 199. But gas is lower, but Cosmos, everything else is higher. Utilities are higher. Groceries are higher. The unemployment rate is at the highest it's been since COVID. Okay, and the job numbers, he's lost jobs. 4 months out of the last 6 months, he's lost jobs. October, he lost 110,000 jobs. His first term, he lost 2.5 million jobs. The only president to leave office with less jobs than he entered with, other than Herbert Hoover. Everything is worse now. Unemployment is up. Utilities are up. Groceries are up. Up until a couple of weeks ago, inflation was higher than it was at this point in Biden's term, or I'm sorry, this point in Biden's, no, not this point, higher than it was this time last year. Jesus Christ, that's what I'm trying to say. Under Biden, it was higher than it was. It dropped a little now to 2.7%, but Biden had a 2.4% inflation rate at one point. Trump was just at 3%. So everything is bad. Tariffs are raising the prices of everything you buy. So yeah, you got a little bit of a break on gas. So what are you going to save? I mean, how often do you fucking fill your tank? 3 times a day? So let's just say, it's 30 cents less and you fucking, have a 12-gallon tank. I mean, what, you're saving $3.60? I mean, how is that a big fucking deal? What did I say? 30 cents lower, you got a $12, whatever the fuck. Now I can't do math. Yeah, no, that's right. 360 a tank. So that's a week probably. You're saving $3.60. Meanwhile, you're paying more for everything else. Everything else you buy, you're paying more for because of the tariffs. And somehow you think it's a win. I don't get it. The dumbest bitch of all time, Justin Cronin. I'm curious as to where you are in life and what you do for a living, because when you say dumbest bitch of all time, I'm just going to remind you real quick, and I'm no super fan of Kamala, but I'm honest about people. Kamala went to Howard University, graduated, then became a prosecutor, then became a district attorney, then became an attorney general, then became a U.S. senator, then became the vice president. Most of her positions she was elected to. So, Justin, are you sure you want to die on that hill? Because chances are, Justin, you're not doing real great in life, because let's face it, you're on here watching me on a what the fucking day is it? Friday? On a Friday night. Okay? You probably don't have a lot going on. I'm assuming you're no millionaire or even you've never held any position like Kamala has. So compared to you, who's smarter? And not just that, but Donald Trump is literally a fucking moron. Linguists have studied this guy's speech. He speaks on a 3rd grade level. Kamala is 1,000 light years smarter than Donald Trump. You can't deny it. The guy is a fucking moron. He's a moron. And Kamala didn't get handed any of her positions. She didn't. You could say she fucked Willie Brown. That's bullshit too, because she didn't even become a prosecutor until like 7 or 8 years after she had a year-long relationship with Willie Brown. And the rest of her positions, she had to have been elected to: district attorney, attorney general, U.S. senator. So, you know what I'm saying? Donald Trump was a slumlord his whole life, and then a fucking a failed businessman time and time again, and then a reality TV show host, and then only because he said Mexicans are rapists and all you cocksucking scumbags are racist, you voted for him. That's it. I mean, simple as that. Otherwise, no other time in history could Donald Trump have ever become president. Tammy Stanzel, $10. Trump is a fucking dictator at this point. Yes, a fascist authoritarian that rules by executive order. Congress is impotent and no longer functioning to balance his power and keep him in check. 100%. Look at this. This guy says Trump isn't racist enough. See, now you guys, somebody will tell me, MAGA isn't racist, but look what he just said. Trump is endorsed by every white supremacist group in the country and the KKK. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. There's 270 people. I have a goal for subs today. So please, the bad guys, MAGA, I don't care about you. But the good guys who are on the right side of things, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. I'm watching my number here with the subs, and I definitely need it to go up. So please hit the like button and subscribe. Very scattered. Gas prices $1.99. Most prices are the same, 50-cent range, up, down for 3 to 4 years. No. What are you saying? I don't even know what you're saying. Gas is not $1.99, John C. I was just at the gas station. It's $2.99. And guess what? It finally came down from between $3.20 and $3.46. It was $2.99 when Biden left office, and it's finally back to $2.99. You do know, John C., that if you're at a gas station that's $1.99 a gallon, it doesn't mean that that's what it is everywhere. Go look up the national average and get back to me. It's not $1.99. The gas price is different everywhere. Are you for real? And no, most prices are not the same. Everything is more expensive right now. Groceries are more expensive and utilities are way fucking up. Specific things too, like beef. That's why steaks, you can't even afford them any fucking more. Bananas were way fucking up. Coffee, all this shit. And everyday things that you buy, things you buy on Amazon, things you buy from Walmart. They're more expensive because they have to be. There's tariffs, and we, John C., pay the tariffs. We do. The foreign countries don't pay tariffs. We do. So you're being taxed extra on everything, and you actually believe you're getting a $2,000 check from Trump for all those tariffs you're paying. Yeah, right. $260 in Florida. See, there you go. That's what I'm saying. $220 here. Yeah. So the guy says it's $199. Listen, it probably is $199 some places, but not everywhere. Not everywhere. The gas here in Pennsylvania, where I live, in the specific part of Pennsylvania I lived in, was between, up until like 2 days ago, it was between $3.20 and $3.46 everywhere. Now it's finally back to where it was when Biden left office at $2.99. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I hate to be a dick, guys, but you realize that even if, let's just say, gas is down $1 a gallon, the average car probably has about a 12-gallon tank, right? So you're talking about $12 a week probably in savings. If you fill up twice a week, $24 a week in savings. I mean, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing to be walking around crowing about. It's not, life-changing money. It's not fixing your problems. And by the way, it doesn't even matter because, again, everything else is more expensive. Everything else. California, $8. I doubt it's $8 in California. What's the average price for gasoline in California?
Here's information from AAA fuel prices.
Yeah, the current average is $4, and it's $4.269. So there you go, $4.27, whatever. Yesterday's average was a little lower. A week ago it was a little higher, $2.29 a gallon. Oh, I'm sorry. It was lower. My bad. Yeah, so it's about $4.27. So, you know what I mean? It's not $8. I mean, this is what I mean, but you see what I'm saying about you guys? And that's high, but California's going to have expensive gas, always. But you guys see shit like that, and then you present it as fact. California's gas is $8. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, I'm not. Guys, Big Boy School, you're describing yourself. You're the guy, and you people are the people that ride Trump's dick. Like, we don't care about Republicans. I'll tell you right now, if every Republican is in the Epstein list, good, let them all go to fucking jail. I don't give a fuck. You guys are literally saying, after bitching for years about wanting to see the Epstein files, now you're like, fuck those files, because you know Trump's in them. You know what I mean? You're all hypocrites. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Yes, it is what? What does that mean, Joseph Hill? Yes, it is what? There's thousands of comments. What does that mean? Yeah, no, you're not going to see it. Trump speaks better than most presidents that have ever been president, and Biden actually had dementia, and you clones were where then? Yeah, is that supposed to be clown? If you're going to call me a clown, can you spell your right? It's YOU''RE. And Trump literally, linguists have studied it. He speaks on a third grade level. I'm going to play a little funny cartoon here. Okay, it's Steve Bannon talking. Now, he's going to tell you guys about a couple of things. First, he's going to tell you about the party switch, which I know you don't believe in. But that's not even why I'm playing it for you. I have to play the whole video whether I like it or not. There's no way for me to break it up. He's going to tell you about Trump and about you guys. And he's right. You can Google anything he's saying about Trump's base, you guys, MAGA. Listen closely to what he's telling you, because, guys, it's true. Red states are the poorest, least educated states in the country. The least educated people in this country voted for Donald Trump in 2024, when the most educated voted for Kamala. So I want you to listen to my friend Steve here. He's going to tell you all about yourselves. Okay, it's very important you pay very close attention. And while he's talking, please hit like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.
Is pretty simple to explain.
Goddamn tweet and the lie. Oh my.
Is pretty simple to explain. Basically, when Nixon was discovered having committed Watergate, people thought the Republican Party was washed up. But a clever staffer on in Nixon's White House came up with an idea for how to get more new Republican voters to replace all the people that were turned off by the corruption that had just been exposed, and perhaps save the party. His name was Lee Atwater. And he said, I know where there's all kinds of disgruntled white people. All you got to do is appeal to them over their anger about the end of Jim Crow and about school desegregation and about the Civil Rights Act. And these are the words that you'll say to kind of trigger them. Then we call these the racist dog whistles. And you will send a message to them that they are welcome in the Republican Party. And starting in the mid-'70s to the mid-'80s, there was a massive change in voter registration from Democrat to Republican on the part of all of these racists and lowlifes and ignorant people. At the same time, Trump started to have political ambitions. Now, it turns out Trump has an IQ of about 73. He barely functions as an adult. If it were not for the fact that his father gave him a lot of money, he wouldn't be able to function as an adult. Trump has less money now than he would have had if he'd just taken the money he got from his father and put it in an index fund in the stock market and just let it sit. But he's gradually played around with it all these years and lost it in all his lawsuits and so forth, and his 6 bankruptcies, and he has dissipated a fortune over his lifetime. Now, he's had the Russians for the last 20 years to bail him out, but ordinary people cannot be as dumb as Trump and still function. But Trump came out onto the public stage and started talking boldly like he wanted to do things politically and help the people of America, and he speaks like a third grader, because that's what somebody with an IQ of 73 talks like, even if they're an adult. Linguists have analyzed his speech, and they've made it plain. He speaks English at a third grade level. This energized dumb people, because for the first time they could understand a presidential candidate. And they said things like, oh, he speaks his mind. He's the first guy that doesn't use a bunch of fancy words and confuse me. Now I finally understand what he's saying. And of course, what he was saying was a lot of things they wanted to hear. They were the racist dog whistles. And so you had a beautiful alliance, from their perspective, of racists and stupid people. The lower 12% of the IQ distribution corresponds perfectly to Trump's supporters. Now, these people are so intelligent that there's actually a federal statute that prohibits their induction into military service. They didn't want to have a repeat, Congress didn't want to have a repeat of the McNamara's Morons incident from Vietnam, which is a notorious thing you can look up on your own. McNamara's Morons, it's called. Basically, we had a Secretary of Defense who had the idea that, hey, why don't we recruit low intelligence people, send them to war and see what happens. And what happened was they died in droves, and of course things got worse. And so they didn't want that happening again, so they actually passed a law. You're not allowed to recruit and induct into military service the lowest 12% on the IQ range. But they're still allowed to vote, and Trump energized them. He made dumb people think that they finally understood politics. He made people strut around proud of themselves thinking that they had a grasp of the issues, because they could tell on some level that Trump wasn't much smarter than they were, but there he was, a big shot. So he seemed like a champion for them. Of course, all these people forget that they aren't rich. They didn't have a dad hand them the equivalent of $412 million. And they can't do the things that Trump does, and they can't get away with the things Trump has gotten away with. And even Trump himself is not going to get away with them indefinitely. But the stage has been set, and this is where we're at. Basically, we have a fanatical core of low-intelligence voters that are solidly behind Trump. They will back him no matter what he does or says, because they don't care what he does or says. They just know he's their guy. They understand him. They like him. He talks to them in a way that they can comprehend, and they are fanatical in their support of him. He has given them what they see as dignity and strength. And then at the other end of the spectrum are smart people from all walks of life. I actually used to be a Republican myself. I'm ashamed to admit it now, but I know I'm not alone. I mean, millions of people who make sure that they turn out to vote against Trump used to be actual Republicans, because the Republican Party is now nothing but a loony bin of the very low intelligent. And there's just no way that you can be associated with them at all. So now it's going to be, some range of conservative to liberal Democrats again, except that it'll mean something different than it used to mean. I mean, those Democrats won't be conservative because they're racist garbage people from the South. They'll be conservative because they have some other philosophy about the role of the market or of private enterprise or something like that in the economy. At any rate, this is the problem we have. It's basically now just the very low intelligent versus the high intelligence. And the thing is going to be decided by undecided people who don't pay any attention. People in the middle that don't pay attention to politics, no matter whether the politicians are smart or dumb. They just show up on election day and try to do their best. Those are the people you have to reach. You have to get them interested.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
All right. So see, guys, I mean, listen, I don't try to be a dick when I say you're stupid. It's just when a guy says that Trump speaks better than Obama. Obama's probably the best fucking speaker we've ever had. You guys used to flip out because you couldn't understand him. He uses too many big words. I don't even understand what he's saying. So Trump was told by Roger Stone and other people that were helping him become president, you got to dumb yourself down. These are dumb people. So you got to speak like you're dumb as well. If you look at Trump, like in his old interviews and stuff, he doesn't listen. He's not a super bright guy, but he was way more well spoken. I mean, he talks like a fucking moron, so you guys can understand him. Okay, and for the guy right here, he speaks at a third grade level, but yet Biden never gave a speech, let alone extensive interviews like they did Trump, and that retorted moron was unable to string together a proper sentence. Are you talking about who are you talking about, Biden or Biden and Kamala? Because here, I'll just show you this real quick.
I was proud to be the first president to stand on the picket line. And today, Dawn has a good job in her hometown, providing stability for her family and pride and dignity as well. Showing once again, Wall Street didn't build America. They're not bad guys. They didn't build it, though. The middle class built the country, and unions built the middle class. I say to the American people, when America gets knocked down, we get back up.
Okay, so there you go. There's Biden giving a speech. You're a fucking moron. That's the problem. There's Biden giving a speech. And I could show you the Kamala debate with Trump where she smokes his ass. She lays out nothing but good policy proposals while he sits there and talks about they're eating the cats and dogs. She had him so fucking triggered. She outsmarted him and made an asshole out of him. Guys, any of these people, you don't understand. Trump is not intelligent by any stretch of the imagination. It's astonishing that you guys think that he is, but you also think he's a great businessman and everything else. So I guess I can't be surprised. Look at this dumb bitch. You know what is also a tax on American consumers? Taxes. You know the things you guys want more of? Wow, Kimber. So basically what you just told me is that tax is tax. That's bright. Did you think about that like for a while before you wrote it, or did you just freestyle it and throw it in the chat? So you just made us aware that taxes are taxes. Okay. Kimber Bree, you stupid ass. Let me explain something to you because you don't know anything. The big beautiful bill raised your taxes. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act raised your taxes because I guarantee at best you're middle class, if even that. Considering what you just wrote, I'm going to assume you're poor, just straight up poor. But let's just say you're middle class. The big beautiful bill raises your taxes. And so did the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. You got tax increases in 21, 23, and 25. Okay? Because of Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The only people who got tax cuts from either are the richest 1%, the richest people in this country. Jeff Bezos pays 1.1% effective tax rate. And you, Kimber Bree, if you even file taxes, probably pay 35%. Now, let me tell you something else. Trump raised taxes for the people that make the least. People that are making 30,000 or less are getting a 74% tax increase thanks to the big beautiful bill. Okay? Kamala's plan, and this is how all Democrats do it, is to lower taxes on the middle class and below and raise taxes on people who make more. Like, for example, Kimber, stupid, the taxes they were going to raise were on rich people, not on you. Rich people could afford it. Okay, so anybody making under $400,000 a year was going to get a tax cut. Anybody making over $400,000 a year was going to get a tax increase. With Donald Trump, anybody making over $4 million a year gets an increase and an increase, and anybody decrease. I'm sorry, and anybody making under that gets an increase. So again, you don't know anything. It's the Republicans that raise your taxes, not the Democrats. You guys are just too dumb to realize. I mean, you've been tricked in every way, shape, and form. Do you realize what you guys think? You actually think that it's good for you when billionaires get tax cuts. You believe, you've been tricked into believing by Republicans over decades that the best thing for you poor people is more money for the richest people. You've been convinced that it's not the people all the way at the top that have billions and billions of dollars, more than they could need in 10 lifetimes, that are your problem. It's actually the people way at the bottom who have less than you. They're your real problem. I'm going to give you some numbers here. So this is a fact. A person making $60,000 a year, okay, pays $37 a year towards welfare, SNAP, and all that. Okay. That same person making $60,000 a year pays $700 a year to corporate subsidies. Oh, yeah. Your money is going to making the rich richer. And a minuscule amount is making sure that the poorest people, which also includes veterans, by the way, people like that, they get to eat and have Medicaid and Medicare and those types of things. So again, Kimber Bree, I would say it's not your fault that you're stupid, but it is. Because if you were smart, you'd stop listening to that horse shit and actually go do some research, because you don't realize that it's the Republicans that have been fucking you over for 5 decades now. And that's why everybody has always said, why do you think people have always said Republicans vote against their own best interests? Because you do. They have tricked you with these culture wars and shit. They have tricked you with they constantly distract you with something. Let's talk about Obama. Someday he's going to be arrested. They say this all the time, never been arrested. They distract you with that. They distract you with gay issues. Let's talk about gay people. Gay people are the problem. Trans issues. Let's talk about trans issues. They're the problem. They distract you with, race, religion, everything. They keep you focused on that horse shit, so you never notice that they're robbing you fucking blind. That's the funniest thing about you guys. It's not that you're so incredibly stupid. It's that you're so incredibly stupid, but you think you're smart. And that's what's hilarious about all of you. I could have each and every one of you call in to the show right now, and I could annihilate you in a debate. Because, and I, you know how I'm aware of that, how I know it for a fact, is that you guys don't research, you don't know anything, you're allergic to facts, and you're lied to 24 hours a day. And you believe the only person who you can truly trust is Donald Trump, a lifelong con man. It's hilarious what's happening in this country. You people are a laughingstock. The liberals, Christopher Windsor, have this covert racism. You know, they treat minorities like they're special. You know what I'm saying? They do that. But the blatant racism, the real blatant, straight up, fucked up racism is coming from the right. I mean, you have to remember, Christopher, it's the fucking right that fights to keep up statues of Confederate leaders and slave owners. It's the Democrats that try to take that shit down. It's the right that fights for the Confederate flag. It's the left that tries to get rid of that. Okay, so there's one thing. There is that covert liberal racism where they just treat minorities like they're special, because in a way they do look down on them. I'll say that about liberals all day. But conservatives, it's just straight up blatant racism. You know what I mean? They're standing on stage and say Mexicans are rapists, stuff like that. So. Yeah, right, Garrett. Yeah, right. Garrett, I dare you to call into this show right now and let me take you apart piece by piece. The problem is you can't understand me because you're a fucking moron. That's the problem. Oh my God. Another one who's so worried about that. Why do you even give a shit, Cosmo? Why? The lunatic libertarian 199. How do we build unity and stop being divided? It'll never happen. And I'll tell you straight up, I'll tell you 100%. I have no problem saying this. I don't want to be united with these people. These are truly bad people. I don't want to be united with people that are okay with covering up pedophilia. I don't want nothing to do with them. Nothing. There can't be unity. It's the good versus evil. MAGA is pure evil. They have no morals, no nothing. So I don't want to be friends with any of them. I don't want to be united with any of them. I got probably one person that's a friend of mine that is actually a Trump supporter. And if it wasn't for the fact that I know him to be a good person, I wouldn't want anything to do with him either. I don't keep Trump supporters around me. You get idiots like this to stop pushing hate and propaganda. We push hate. Yeah, right. Kimberly. Let me tell you something about us. We hate you. That's the only people we hate. You guys hate Mexicans, Muslims, black people, gay people, trans people, everybody. Everybody. You're the most racist, bigoted people on the fucking planet. Look at your top issues. Getting rid of Mexicans and taking trans people out of everything. That's all you care about. You don't know shit about real issues. You don't know statistics. You don't know numbers. You don't know anything. You just know trans and Mexicans because the whole entire party is built on hatred. The only thing I asked a chat, I had like 400 people in a chat a few weeks ago. I put up a poll. How many of you would stop supporting Donald Trump if he's found to be a pedo? If it's proven 100% that he's a pedo or was in his life at some point, how many of you will stop supporting him? I believe 20% of people of MAGA said they would. 20%, 80% of you said you'd still support him. Then I asked, how many of you would stop supporting Trump if he loosened up on deportations and stopped deporting so many Mexicans? It was like 90% of you said you'd stop supporting him. Okay, so that's where your heads are at. That's why we have no respect for you people. You know what I mean? Because you are okay with a man being a pedophile as long as he keeps getting rid of those people you hate. And that makes me sick. And us, we hate MAGA and we hate pedos. That's it. Are you on puberty block? Yeah, Vincent, at 46 years old. That's what I'm on, you dumb motherfucker. Bill Clinton, Obama, all pedos, except no proof of either of them being pedos. Neither of them have ever been accused of sexually assaulting an underage person. Although Donald Trump he's been accused of sexually assaulting Katie Johnson when she was 13, of straight up raping her. Plus, he's been found civilly liable for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. So how'd that work out for you? Yeah, he has. Yeah, except you have no proof. You just say it because you're stupid. Now, let me show you guys some things. We hate liberals. Oh, I know. That's another one. Thank you. I forgot to add that. Liberals. Yep. Well, you say libtards, but I mean, that's because you got the minds of a 5-year-old. Like I would never say retardlicans or republicans, because I'm a grown man and I'm not a child. So, yeah. Meanwhile, all those liberals could eat you alive in any debate, anytime, Joe Corey. Any debate, anytime. They're 1,000 times smarter than you. Danny, $2. Let's go Texans. Oh crap, wrong streamer. Well, either way, thank you for the donation. What about sniffing girls on live TV? Well, it never happened. And if you, Justin, you use any search method you want right now, you go use Google, use ChatGPT, use Grok, Elon Musk's Grok. And you know what you're going to find out? All that started from one video that was digitally altered to add the sniffing sound. Oh, yeah, he was just leaning down to a baby or something like that. Okay. The original video, there's no sniffing sound. So even that you guys have made up. I'm in Pennsylvania. Why? You loved Trump 12 years ago. No, I didn't. I grew up in New York. Okay. Everybody in New York hated Donald Trump. Everybody. Long before he ever thought about running for president. I'm 46 years old. I grew up in the 80s in New York. And Donald Trump was known as a lying, cheating scumbag. He was known for throwing old ladies out in the street in the freezing cold and cheating on all his wives. He was in the tabloids every day. He was a clown. You guys don't know about none of that. All you know about, you caught wind of Donald Trump when he started hosting The Apprentice. Till that, you didn't even know who he was. You know? I know more about Donald Trump than you'll ever know if you live to be 500 years old. Yep, exactly. Inbred MAGA trash, that's all they care about. You literally don't do any research. I absolutely do. You literally don't. Everything I just told you is a fact. What do you think? I just make up all this shit I'm saying? I've been researching for years. That's why I told you. I'll eat you alive in a fucking debate. You stand no chance against me. He's made it comfortable for pedos. Yep. Oh, Joseph Gonzalez. Yeah. Anytime. Think I'm fucking worried about you? You never served this country. You're probably a fucking felon. Don't talk shit about veterans, asshole. I have not even said a single word about veterans, you stupid motherfucker. But I'll tell you this. Biden increased funding for the VA by a lot, and Donald Trump cut it by billions. So I probably even know more about vets than you do, you stupid fuck. And what's that, a prerequisite to have an opinion? I have to serve the country? Go fuck your mother. How about that? Fucking asshole. And by the way, you know who's a felon? Donald Trump, dickhead. 34 felonies. 34. What makes you think I don't, Ken Blake? Yeah, $2.85 for gas, yeah. Long after Trump is gone, these inbred low IQ morons will look for the next Hitler wannabe to take his place so they can simp for the next dumb POS who will steal their money to give it to the rich. Absolutely. Okay, Joseph, let's do it. Call in. 410-941-9850. I'll give it like 15 minutes. That's the most I could do because I got a wife I got to go watch a movie with. So call in 410-941-9850. Yeah. They have dirt on Trump. He's in the files, you stupid fucks. I mean, you still deny that? He's been found. He's been discovered in the files like fucking 50 times just over the last couple of weeks. What do you mean? Like when Kamala worked at McDonald's, what you said about Trump has been debunked. Not a single thing I said about Trump has been debunked, even though you're not saying anything specific that I said. And as far as Kamala, for you to even care whether she worked at McDonald's is astonishing. But there's no proof that she didn't. You understand? She says she worked there fucking 40 years ago. Even McDonald's said they wouldn't have documentation of it if she did. So you're just choosing not to believe her. And who are you to talk? I mean, Donald Trump never worked an honest day in his life. He got handed damn near $500 million and he coasted off of that his whole life. What are you saying? Guy never had a job one day. And he lied 30,000 times in his first term, 30,000 times. He lied 36 times just during the debate with Biden. And you're worried about Kamala might have told one lie? Of course you are, because you're an asshole. Yeah, well, Tigers, I'll tell you what, everything that was in those tabloids was 100% true. Are you denying that he cheated on Ivanka? Are you denying that he cheated on Marla Maples? Are you denying that he cheated on that stupid whore, that first pig in the White House? What's her fucking name? Melania, are you denying that? It's all true. And the stuff about him being a slumlord was all true too. Fuckface, he was sued by Nixon's Justice Department in the early 70s for refusing to rent apartments to black people. He was known for this shit in New York. He was known for it. Everybody knew about him. That's why people laugh at you guys now. You support him, and he is literally the world's biggest fucking con man. He's a joke. And here, I'm going to show you guys this. Just a couple of these videos. And Joseph, what a surprise. Gonzalez didn't call in. And let me ask you something, Gonzalez. Are you actually a Trump supporter, Gonzalez? For real? So you're like seriously confused, right? Either stupid or confused. Which one is it? Just checking. Anyway, I love when I hear people with Spanish last names have voted for Trump. It's like, wow, you're really clueless, aren't you? I'm going to play a couple of these videos just for you people that talk about Biden had dementia and stuff. I'm going to show you some things.
And I left Louisiana, and I went to Puerto Rico, and I met with the president of the Virgin Islands. These are people that are incredible people. They've suffered gravely, and we'll be there. We're going to be there.
Yeah, he's the president of the Virgin Islands, but he doesn't know that. Only 49 million, huh? What is that in reference to? 49 million what? The fuck are you talking about? There's no, tell me which official trade deals are in place, signed trade deals. Then tell me what signed peace deals are in place, because that's all bullshit. Border is not closed. They just tightened up on it. And the lowest gas prices in 4 years. Yeah, that's the one thing he lowered. And as far as a record stock market, it's always a record stock market. Look back over Biden's years. He was constantly, it was closing at record highs all the time under Biden, all the fucking time. I watched it with my own fucking eyes. So yeah. And there's like 2 maybe official trade deals in place. And the peace deals are all bullshit. They're all bullshit. Now, so there you go. You just saw, well, it doesn't matter. Fucking, if he's Hispanic or any type of Latino, Donald Trump fucking hates him. And so do you guys. That was one. That was Donald Trump not knowing he's the president of the Virgin Islands. Here's another one.
The president of Venezuela called the strike on the boat illegal. Are you concerned that Maduro might escalate something?
No, what's illegal are the drugs that were on the boat and the drugs that are being sent into our country. And the fact that 300 million people died last year from drugs, that's what's illegal.
300 million people died last year from drugs. Now there's only 340 million in the entire country. So according to Trump, there's only 40 million people left. Okay. And if you try to say he meant the world, well, I'll just let you know now. He said 300 million people. In 2024, of all causes, 62 million people died in the whole world. Okay, so he just told you 300 million. Is he stupid? Is he lying? Is he demented? Let's see. Let me give you some more. What's this? That's his dementia.
Okay, please, in the back.
He's asked a question 2 times in a row in a completely silent room. I want you to hear how he answers.
Okay, please, in the back.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here, days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at Alligator Alcatraz.
I'm going to spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. My vacation is generally here. because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida, you know, pay a lot of tax. And a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere in the world, for that matter, they're moving to Florida and other places. So we're going to have to help some of these states out, I think. But thank you very much. I'll be here as much as I can.
Again, the question was, how long are the detainees going to be held here in Florida? Okay. Now, some other shit. This is what I mean. Like, this is like Fox News at its finest. This is Joe Corey here is a guy that just hears a talking point and throws it out there, but doesn't actually know anything. So I'm going to school Joe. So he said Biden had record high inflation. So let me explain. And you can look this up anywhere you want. After COVID, every nation on earth experienced massive inflation because of course they did. There was just a fucking pandemic that lasted years. Okay. 2022, the inflation rate was 9.1% in this country. That's the lowest inflation rate of any country in the entire world. And we had the fastest recovery of any economy in the entire world. Okay. Biden brought that down, which is, if Trump was in office, he would have had 9.1% or more, because he's a fucking moron. Okay. Probably more, probably 12%. So Biden brought that down to 2.4%. 2.4%. Right now, it's 2.7%. A couple of weeks ago, it was 3%. Okay. We had the fastest recovering economy. Our economy was the envy of the world. Some more facts for you. In April of 2020, when Trump was in office, the fucking unemployment rate was 14.4%. When he left office, it was 6.6%. Biden brought that down to 3.4%, which is a 54-year low. And he kept it under 4% for the longest period of time in history. Okay. Right now, unemployment is 4.6%, the highest it's been since COVID. Joe Biden created 16.6 million jobs, which is 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. He was creating 180,000 jobs a month on average, even after all the revisions. Donald Trump has created about 500,000 in 2025, in all of 2025. Okay. In October, he lost 110,000 jobs, and that's the 4th month out of 6 months that he lost jobs. So inflation is higher now. Food is higher. Utilities are higher. Unemployment is up. Jobs numbers are in the fucking toilet. That's what's happening right now. And the tariffs have raised the prices of everything. And let me tell you a little bit about the farmers, because I know you guys are dopes and you hear, oh my God, he's giving $15 billion to the farmers. What a great man. Or 12. It was 15 the first time. It's 12 this time. Let me tell you why. So when Trump put the ridiculous tariffs on China, China said, oh yeah, well, fuck you. We're not buying your soybeans anymore. So our soybean farmers started fucking going bankrupt because their biggest customer is China. Okay. So in the first quarter of 2025, there was more farmer bankruptcies than there was in all of 2024. There's been 259 more farmer bankruptcies than in 2024 because our farmers are going bankrupt because there's nobody to sell the fucking soybeans to. Then what does he do? He gives $40 billion to Argentina, and he makes a deal with Argentina to start increasing beef imports from Argentina to the U.S. So now our cattle ranchers are fucked too. That's why he's giving $12 billion, because he screwed them. And while he's at it, you know, J.D. Vance and BlackRock and all these companies he's associated with, they're buying up all those farms so they could put ridiculously expensive housing on them that Americans can't afford. Okay. So rent prices are up and mortgages are up too, by the way, right now. You can go check it out. Okay. So, where was I at here? That's the state of the economy. That's what Trump has done to us. And in the first term, because of his China tariffs, he had to bail the farmers out with $15 billion. You know what you call that? Socialism. And the farmers don't want to be handed this money. They want to sell their products, but they can't because fuckface president ruined it for them. The pedo prez ruined it for them. So the economy was doing wildly better under Biden than it's doing under Trump now. Okay. And it'll remain that way. It's only going to get worse under Trump, not better. No, Justin, that's what you call anecdotal evidence. You can't tell me I'm wrong because you are one guy with maybe one farm. Okay. They've increased beef imports from Argentina, which means, without a doubt, as a matter of fact, that U.S. cattle ranchers are selling less beef, which means they're making less money. And again, you say you're a generational cattle rancher, and for all I know, you work at McDonald's. So I forgive me if I don't take your word for that. But even if you are, you're one guy with one story. That's called anecdotal evidence, and it means nothing. Sir, Trump is better than your father, but I don't see you talking shit about your piece of crap father. You know my father? Interesting. Donald Trump is not better than my father, and he's probably not better than your father because Donald Trump is a pedophile. You understand that? He's a pedophile. He's all over the Epstein files, and he's been covering up the Epstein files for a year now. He could release the Epstein files today. He refuses to. He could have released them 6 months ago. He refused to. Bill Clinton told him, drop everything about a week or two ago. Drop everything that references me. Nothing extra came out, right? They're covering up for Trump. Pam Bondi told Trump in May, you're all over the files. They assigned 1,000 FBI agents to start redacting his name, and they still haven't redacted him completely from the files. He's a pedophile, and you guys support him. You're a liar, Y-O-U-R, and a fucking con. Your wife is probably an ex-prostitute. No. My wife is gorgeous. She's a very successful nurse. And when you spell your, please, fuckface, in that context, it's Y-O-U''re. Also, somebody said you're a idiot. Let me explain. If the following word starts with a vowel, it's not it's N. So it's you're an idiot, fuckface. This is the funniest thing about you guys is you call people stupid while you're misspelling shit and I got all types of grammatical errors. You're truly dumb. Yeah. Did somebody ask if I was? Wow. All right, guys, that's it. I got to get going. It's been fun annihilating all of you. You guys make me laugh because you're clowns. I'm going to go this time so I can go spend time with my beautiful wife, but I'll see you tomorrow at some point. All right. Have a good night. I'm not an English teacher. I just know basic English, Mr. Radio, which you MAGA people haven't yet mastered, which is astonishing because your one complaint is people who can't speak English and you can't speak it. So have a good night.